Welcome everybody in here, out there, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, anyone who's been paying close attention to the news over the last couple years might have noticed American democracy's looking a little rickety. Tell you who noticed. Joe Biden. That's why today he hosted something called the Summit for Democracy. It's a democracy convention. It's DemCon. Armies of nerds descending on Washington. One of the panels being hosted by a guy cosplaying as sexy Magna Carta. I think it's a fine idea. But I'm not sure we're the country to be hosting it. These days, a U.S. president lecturing the world about stable democracy is like Andy Cohen hosting the Rational Discourse Among Sober Housewives Summit. Biden kicked off the virtual summit early this morning.
Democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people, can at times be fragile, but it also is inherently resilient. It's capable of self-correction and it's capable of self-improvement. And yes, democracy's hard. We all know that.
Do we though, Joe? It's like he's saying all the right things, but he kind of seems like the kind grandpa who's moved in because mom and dad have gone away for a while and doesn't really understand where the family's at right now. He's reminding the kids about the basics. Dinner's at 6, face and hands wash, say grace first, while ignoring the cockfighting ring they have set up in the family room. Now, if you want proof that our democracy is truly troubled, you can look no further than the United States Senate, where yesterday, in the middle of a huge COVID spike, they voted to overturn Biden's vaccine mandates for businesses. I think the U.S. Senate is trying to kill us. Next, they're going to make restaurants change the sign in the bathroom to "Employees must massage raw chicken before returning to work." Now, two Democrats joined all 50 Republicans to pass the repeal, but the House is never going to pass it, and even if they did, Biden wouldn't sign it. So the vote was largely symbolic. That symbol? Calvin peeing on a syringe. One of the bill's supporters was Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, seen here moments before the swarm of locusts flew out of his mouth. Senator Johnson held a teletown hall last night, and he had, and I'm being generous here, thoughts about how to treat and prevent the spread of COVID.
There are things you can do, again, vitamin D, zinc, keep yourself healthy, vitamin C. By the way, standard gargle, mouthwash, has been proven to kill the coronavirus. Even if you get it, you may reduce viral replication.
Okay, that is wrong. And very specific. He sounds like a guy who has a colleague with bad breath who won't take the hint. You know what else kills COVID? Deodorant. Not the natural kind, nothing fancy. I'm just talking about Menon Speed Stick, okay? Try it, Ted Cruz. I mean, anyone. Try it, anyone in the Senate. Now, actual doctors were quick to point out that most coronavirus infections actually occur through the nose, and that even if gargling mouthwash kills some of the virus, it won't be able to clean the nasal area. That is true. But if you want something that does, try Stephen Colbert's vodka neti pot. Your nose is gonna get crunked. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
But
okay.
Democracy is also broken overseas. Take the scandal swirling around Finnish Prime Minister and Scandinavian Gilmore Girl, Sanna Marin. Marin got herself in some hot water on Saturday when she learned that a close contact had tested positive for the coronavirus, then still proceeded to party at a Helsinki nightclub until 4 a.m. Come on, Madam Prime Minister. A nightclub is the worst place to go if you might have COVID. What's that? You think I might have David? I can't hear you. Put your mouth right against my face and yell. Is this my drink? Whatever. Let's make out. Part of the problem was that Marin thought she had been cleared to go out, but then missed a text message telling her to quarantine because she had left her work phone at home during her night out. Yeah, she just left it at home because when you're the Prime Minister of Finland, there are no emergencies. Madam Prime Minister, we need you in the Situation Room immediately. The reindeer have invaded the licorice fields. Marin has since tested negative for COVID, but people in Finland are still upset that she wasn't more careful, which is why on Monday she apologized for not double-checking the COVID procedures, writing, "I am very sorry for not understanding that I needed to do that." In other words, she's sorry for party rocking. Speaking, sure, it's happening. It's got a club feel. Speaking of COVID, researchers have just released a study finding that in addition to your heart and lungs, the coronavirus attacks fat tissue. Not fair, COVID. You're the reason we were trapped for a year inside eating chicken pot pies with spoons made out of Twix bars. What was that? Were you just Hansel and Greteling us? According to the study, COVID can infect fat cells directly. Okay, but what about big bone cells? Or I'm working on it cells? Oh, hey, this is interesting. Anyone out there enjoy colors? No one, no. I don't want any pity responses. I've got some big news for color lovers, though, because Pantone has unveiled their color of the year for 2022. My money was on Paul Rudd. Turns out I was wrong, because for the first time ever, Pantone chose a brand new color of their creation called Very Perry. Although based on that image, they should have called it Monsters Inc. Pubes. It looked a little, yes. Pantone claims the new color blends the faithfulness and constancy of blue with the energy and excitement of red and the already existingness of purple. It's purple. They made purple. They didn't make it as purple. The company also said the new hue was a symbol of the global zeitgeist of the moment and the transition we are going through. Well, if they really wanted to capture the moment we're going through, they should have gone with aqua. Oh, aqua. Oh, we have an update on yesterday's top story when the Fox News Christmas tree was set on fire. Okay, I want you to know that is in no way a metaphor for Fox News. That would be a dumpster fire. Fox News. Fox News is, of course, still talking about it. The latest on this is they caught the arsonist. He is a homeless man with some mental health issues who had 3 prior arrests. And last week, the same man exposed himself outside the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Oh, come on. Why did he have to go and make the Jeffrey Epstein story gross? The man has been charged with a host of crimes, including arson and criminal trespass. But under the new bail laws in New York, he was released, and the Fox and Friends were not happy.
His charges were not eligible for bail under these new liberal reform laws.
That's right, because arson is only a felony if the suspect tries to harm a person or commits a hate crime.
Who says it's not a hate crime against us, against Fox News?
Yes. Yes. It's clearly a hate crime against a historically marginalized group. Morons. Fox Lives Matter. Fox Lives Matter.
Look at that.
I'll say it. Fox Lives Matter.
FLM. Might as well say all lives.
According to Tucker Carlson, this is not an isolated incident of some disturbed rando lighting their tree on fire.
There seems to be quite a bit of Christmas tree destroying going on all of a sudden. What does it mean?
Generally, it means you have a cat. And folks, ladies and gentlemen, we will stay on this story as long as it, and I'm being told the story's over, because this evening, Fox News was somehow able to do what everyone said they could and got a new tree, which is lovely. That's nice. I love Christmas trees. Everybody loves Christmas trees, except that one guy. And, of course, Emperor Hirohito. Now, what do I mean by that? I have no idea. And neither does this man of God who opened the tree relighting ceremony with these mouth sounds.
80 years ago this week, they tried to extinguish the darkness at a place called Pearl Harbor.
And by extinguish the darkness, of course, I mean blow up the Pacific Fleet in broad daylight. And what did we do?
We didn't fold then, and we won't fold now.
Because the Japanese are better at folding things than we are. It's called origami, and Tojo and his boys want to turn our Christmas wrapping paper into decorative cranes. But why am I here?
Somebody asked me, why are you here? I'm here because these colors don't run.
But they do blink in a festive way. And every year when you take these colors down, you plug them in before you put them away to make sure that they still work for next year. But then next year, when you take them out to put them on the tree, one of the strings is burned out, and you have to figure out which one it is and then run down to CVS to get a fresh string. But the new string you buy isn't quite the same color as the one from the years before. Because now, my fellow Americans, because now, ladies and gentlemen, because now, as God is my witness, they're all LED lights, and you have to throw everything away and start over. You win this time, Hitler! You win this time! I got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Michael B. Jordan, but when we come back, it's Meanwhile. Let the healing begin.